Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Now, for those who are not familiar with this, I'll say it's a survival game, but not quite as harsh as some of the others. It's got a lot more building aspects to it. The best way I could potentially describe it, I guess, is a cross between something like Ark, Space Engineers, and Minecraft, maybe? So there's ships you can fly around the planet and the universe in, but you have to build them yourself, hence the Minecraft bit, out of some shapes of blocks, not all shapes of blocks, but you get the idea. Component parts. You also have to go and mine resources, which is kind of Minecraft-esque. But there's stuff floating around trying to kill you, so that's the survival part. On PvP servers, you can get killed by other players. I believe this is a PvE server. It is a multiplayer game, so you will see some other people around. These structures are not mine. This is me first loading in. These are the server owners. He said he has set the overall server setting to pretty difficult, was his words. So I expect drones to be attacking the base regularly. The difficulty here is how difficult the planet start location is. So Kua is an easy planet because the atmosphere is breathable for a start. None of these other ones have breathable atmospheres, and they're pretty nasty, to be honest. I would still class myself as sort of beginner to average, so I'm not going to go for a difficult start. So what's going to happen is as soon as I click start there is we'll get chucked out of orbit in an escape pod, crash land, and then have to try and find somewhere safe to live. Generally, I prefer to build near a iron resource and water, because then you can get oxygen from the water to, fuel your oxygen tanks when you go into ships and things. And iron is just one of the most prevalent resources you have to use to build things. But finding that might take a while. So if you don't want to see me running around not doing too much of interest for a potentially long amount of time, feel free to skip through the video when this goes up on YouTube later. I'm not sure how I will cut this up. I'm not sure if I will make this a series or not. You guys will have to let me know in comments if it's something you would like to see more of. I'm pretty much just spending the Saturday playing a game I want to play. If you guys enjoy that, great, let me know. Right, enough talking from me because I'm getting the starts of a cold, so you'll probably get less chat than usual, and I will be interacting with the Twitch and YouTube chat quite a bit in this. So you may have me answering random questions. I will try to read out the questions so you have a clue what was asked, because it may be there's some new guys in there that have queries and I'm answering them, and it could help you get into the game as well. Also, I've probably forgotten how to play because it has been a couple of weeks, so fully expect me to stand there looking confused for a little bit at certain times. Right, here we go. So there's some water. Let's aim for that. Promethium deposit. That's not a bad deposit to land next to. That's the main fuel. Cobalt. Actually landing right between two ore deposits, even if they're not iron, is a pretty good start location. So I'm going to aim for there. We've also discovered iron somewhere. Down there. This is an excellent start location. Fuel and iron. I'm happy. Good start. This is where we get murdered by something that's right outside the pod. Now we need to not crash too close to the water because this thing rolls and we need to get stuff out of it. Ugh. Someone's asked, how much does the game cost? I honestly do not know. It's one of those ones that ends up in a sale a reasonable amount of time. Let's take everything. We want the pistol, drill, survival constructor, emergency O2 generator. That's the core for the base. We won't worry about that just yet. You need to be on the lookout for his drones randomly showing up to murder us. A steep slope, so we'll put the survival constructor up there. The emergency O2 generator, I think, needs to go in the ocean. Got that just below the water. We won't need it just yet. push U, I can take my visor off. You would have seen the top of the HUD just change. It gets from dark to light. So down in the bottom left, you've got oxygen. Because this is a breathable atmosphere, we don't need to worry too much about that. Right, that's my escape pod gone. Let's start by going and getting some iron. Oh, and there's our first enemy, a weird little slime thing just over the hill here. Someone has said it is currently £15 on Steam. I'm not sure how that will translate to dollars. I would guess 18 to 20 maybe. Reload. Has he made the monsters more difficult? I'm sure they don't normally take this many bullets. No, there we go. We get some meat, some alien parts, teeth. So down in the bottom left we have our health, we have our food. We do need to keep eating stuff. Fortunately we're in a reasonably lush area, so I should be able to find that kind of stuff. Oxygen is the oxygen in your O2 tanks of your suit. So because we're in a breathable atmosphere, that shouldn't go down unless I decide to go swimming. At which point you can turn your thing on. Oh dear, that's a backpack. Our backpack means a player's been here. Turn my jetpack on, which is like a little rechargeable energy boosting down in the bottom left. You can see the bar. It lets me get some height and see what on earth's going on. Alright, we'll take the biofuel. Don't need the flashlight. Just if it can stay. Now you notice the resource is below the level of the ground. That, I believe, is one of the neutral NPCs, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about him. We found a second iron deposit, so this is a very good start location. Alright, now we have to dig. You can see it's sort of terrain deformation style digging as opposed to Minecraft blocks. And these are the kinds of things you need to pick up. So this is just crushed stone because we're not at the different resource yet. Someone's asked how big are the planets? You've seen me walk from there to there. There are some areas on the planet you can't get to. Then you've got the solar system with all these different planets on. We're here. There's a space zone in each of them as well. So you don't want to dig straight down, otherwise you make a giant cave shaft that you then can't get back out of. Now you'll notice the rock sort of strata has changed. So that's stone and this is iron. If we dig this, we'll get a different resource out of it. Later on you can get upgrades to your equipment. So you have a better mining tool, which will mine faster, and you don't have to pick it up off the floor. It will automatically chuck it into your inventory. You can also build vehicles. There's land vehicles. Let me go over the vehicles a bit more. There's three classifications. There's ground vehicles, which are sort of little hovercraft things. There's, I think they're called small vessels, which are almost like fighter craft. If you were thinking sort of Battlestar Galactica, it would be your Raptors and your Vipers. Oh, server lost. Excellent. And we're back into mining our iron deposit. much have we got? I'll get, say, 100. That should be enough to get us started. Really want to sing the hi ho dwarf song, but you know, copyright claims. And well, I can't sing, so I won't force that upon your poor little ears. Right. And this now stays here. That's those people. We'll ignore them. I hear noises. That's not good. Pick up some of these plants as we go past. Oh, is that the berry bush? Yeah. You can get food from these berry bushes. You can also eat some of the plants that are around. It is possible to get food poisoning though, so you have to be careful what you eat. Also, some of the plants will cure you of things like toxic bites and bleeding and various other things. We've got the cobalt deposit down there, the promethium deposit over there. What we need is our little crafting thing just here. Just eat one of the berries. If I remember how to eat things. There we go. Right, so we drop the iron ore in. That making, we will need to power it. One of those. You have to turn it on. Maybe you don't need to power it. Might be this one doesn't need powering. Someone's asking, would I be able to put music on the live stream whilst not having it on the recording, such that when I then put it up on YouTube later, it doesn't get copyright striked? Because I also live stream to YouTube, that would get hit with a copyright strike there. And the bit of hardware I have that would let me do that, where I can record separate things to what I'm actually streaming, is unfortunately on the bit of hardware that is currently not operational, and I'm waiting for their tech support to tell me how to fix it. And have been for weeks. So in short answer to your question, no. Sorry, I went a bit technical there. Right, and we're going to need rock dust. We can make rock dust out of the crushed stone, which we can then turn into cement, which we can then turn into concrete blocks, which we can then use to build our base. You need one of those. So we put the core in. And we can build the base starter block. So you put the starter block down, and that is your core. If that ever gets destroyed, you lose control of the base, and someone else could put theirs in its place and take control of the base. So you have to protect that. Also going to be what all the AI stuff will go after and try to destroy. So if we can protect it, great. Oh yeah, I've got a motorbike construction kit. Let's make the motorbike. our fuel pellets in as well, because then we can make Promethean packs. You guys want to see the motorbike, I'm sure. We now have a bike we can get around with. It's an off-road bike, apparently. Okay, so iron, cobalt, promethium. So we need to find copper, silicon, and magnesium. Magnesium's pretty important because you use that for the creation of weaponry. You have to get within a certain distance of an item, and then you find it. So, is that the way I want to go? No, left more. That way. I go explore up there. Oh, that was a raptor pack. Keep driving. Don't look back. More promethium. Rocket drone. Rocket drone. Bad, 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 bad. It's coming for me. Reverse. Drones are bad. Drones are very bad. Not the tree. The world is exploding. Take it. We are not prepared to deal with drones yet. Oh crap, what's that? That's another drone. Detour, detour. No, there's magnesium. That's good. The drone is bad though. Those are weird little peaceful dinosaurs. They're fine. They can stay. Where was the magnesium? And there. Okay. Drive down and visit this iron. Discovered the farm. You alright? Nice. We leveled up and got some more upgrade points we can play with. Have an investigate of the farm, shall... Oh, slug monster. Now, I'm not sure if there's bad guys here or not. Someone's saying take the drone down, you can do it with your T1 pistol. In a normal server, 100% agree. However, the server owner of this doesn't like easy games, and so has bumped it. And I don't know exactly how much he has bumped it by. So I'm taking no chances. They are useful stuff, but they're not quite so useful to me right now, and I've got limited inventory space. Which is why I'm not taking them. Not even sure I need some of this stuff. Potentially get rid of it in a bit. Meant I do want gold. Multi-charge for the multi-tool we picked up. Hang on, that will stack. These are plant growing, like fertilizer plot things with a plant grow light above them. We will just steal all the berries. This means we should never have any issues with food as long as we can get back to here each time. Definitely won't have any issues with food. There's just fridges full of it. Someone's saying, would it be safe to build your base here? Unfortunately, until I can find the core block and destroy it, I can't. But finding the core block might be possible. Don't know where it is. Huh. Bay with all sorts of stuff in it. The wrong faction or no core present, so we need to find the core block, smash it up, and take over. Toilets. Swanky toilets. Ha! You do get some graphical artifacts. I'll let you read into that how you will. Aha, that's how you get up there. Okay, good to know. This is an elevator block. Get up here. Grab all the stuffs. Somebody in chat is giving me cheaty suggestions. We'll go give it a try, but suggesting that it's hidden under there. Deconstruct or disassemble? No, can't do that. Not doing any damage to it either. So I'm going to give up on that plan. Just go build our own base as opposed to trying to take over somebody else's. Might be because of some of the server settings he's set that you can't do what you'd expect to be able to do on other servers. Because apparently behind that toilet is the base core, but, well, we couldn't damage it, so it's pretty irrelevant what's behind it. Two drones to my left, we want to avoid them. One thing I will do while we're here is this is your tech tree, where you can unlock various things. So unlocking the cannon turret, definitely what I want to do for now. Which way didn't I get to explore? What haven't we found? We haven't found silicon or copper. Alright. Let's try and get this base started, shall we? Although, I'm going to drill down to the 2 mines first, mainly because it gets me access to some stone. I'll have more cement available for building walls, is the word. So we're 20 meters away. I think that's from the center of it, so we may hit it before then. There we go, it's down enough now, so dig straight towards it. Sorry, yes, as I was saying earlier, before the server went down, there are 3 types of vehicle. Ground vehicles, which are like hovercrafty little things. Small vessels, which are your sort of fighters, Raptor and Viper-sized ships from Battlestar, or your, you know, TIE fighters, X-Wings, that sort of stuff normally. And then bigger ships are called CVs, I think it's carrier vessel, as opposed to cruiser. But they are what you need if you want to jump between planets. If you want to jump around the solar system, you need a CV. You can dock the smaller ships onto your CV. Run out of fuel, just got to reload. So yeah, you can do that. If we have a look quickly in here, you have got access to some pre-built things. So, as an example of a CV, you know, they're pretty big looking ships. You know, that's got like a hangar bay thing here. Whereas the ground vehicles are, you know, little hover guys like this. And the small vessels are little fighter craft. What you can do is you can put these resources in here and pre-build it and then deploy it into the world. So you can go into creative mode single player, design your ship with whatever resources you want, save it as a blueprint, come back into your survival game, and then go find the resources you need to be able to build it and build one. Which is very nice. And also it's got Steam Workshop integration, so you can just download other people's stuff. And there are some very silly things on there. There's a, I'll say full size, but you'd get the idea of what I'm trying to get at. Imperial Star Destroyer. So it's enormous, absolutely monstrous, with a full interior done out, with hangar bays and everything. It's crazy. Some people have way too much time on their hands. You can push L to turn on a sort of a suit light. See what's going on. That's got me at the start of the cobalt ore. Not what I was actually trying to mine after the stone and just access in case I need it urgently. We drop the crushed stone in. Put all of my resources in there. Berries out here. gold's a new resource. I don't remember that being there before. Anyway, right, rock dust. Set a load of that crafting while we go off and dig the Prometheum hole. Someone's asked, is this a let's play? If people want it to be a let's play, I'm leaving that open as an option. For now, it's me wanting to play it on a Saturday and you guys being around on the live stream to join in with that. If people like what they see and want to see more of the game, I'm quite happy to do that. I'm also quite happy to change the format so you don't have to sit here and watch me drill a million things. I mean, right now I'm still establishing the basic base, so I don't really have an option. Obviously, when I start building big ships and things, I'm going to need a lot more of this resource, and you're not going to want to sit here and watch me mine it. So I'm quite happy to, in that case, for the series perspective, do that either off camera or do that as the live stream, because that's what happens to happen, and then strip it out and edit it from the final YouTube video, because I'm sure people won't want to sit here watching me do this screen all the time. You do get some interesting moments though when a raptor drops in the hole with you, so it's not all dull, but yeah, the amount of times that happens, you know. This is multiplayer, it's a multiplayer server, anyone could join it. Someone's asked, can you go to space? Yes, you can go to space. I can't right now because I don't have the resources or the levels. It is what I'm working towards, however. Give me a couple of hours, I can probably manage it.